All right. Okay. Let's keep rolling, man. So we're going to go out to the taxiway.
We're going to go...
Yeah. We're going to do the zigzag. There's no use being on an active runway if we don't have to be.
Edenville traffic, SJ Alpha Bravo rolling 31, left-hand departure back to the south.
So if I understand right, those two are the runways. The two that intersect over there, and then this is also a runway or a taxiway?
This is taxi. Once we go out there, this is a runway.
There's three then.
There's three runways, but there's this one, there's the one way out there, and then there's a grass one.
Oh.
So that's what makes the three. Technically, there's five.
Okay.
Because each direction is considered a runway.
Okay.
So this direction, if we take off this way, this is runway 26 right here.
Okay.
If we land or take off this way, it's runway 08.
Oh.
Vice versa, out there, we have runway 31,
yeah.
And coming in the other direction is 13.
Oh.
And the numbers come from the magnetic heading that you're sitting at. Whenever you're sitting at that runway ready to take off, your compass should say 260 when you're facing that way. That's why it's called runway 26.
Okay.
So here's where I'm going to make my first announcement.
Edenville traffic, SportStar, India, Juliet, Kilo Yankee, crossing 0826 to Delta.
All right, so we're good to go. We're looking to see if any planes are landing here. We don't see anybody landing on this runway.
Nope.
So we can cross it.
Fire it up a bit to get moving.
Yep. Now just be cognizant. Slowly start paying attention to my announcements.
Okay.
So you're starting to learn the structure of the announcement.
Where am I going?
Straight across. Straight across to that taxiway. And it's always best to do it at a little bit quicker speed in case there is a guy landing on this that we didn't see. So now we're over the runway. It's clear again. If it was a very busy airport, I'd be saying Edenville traffic, Juliet, Kilo Yankee, clear of runway 26 on Delta.
Edenville traffic, Cessna Skylane, Charlie Foxtrot, Papa Uniform Tango is going to cross 0826 on Delta.
He had to think about it.
Well.
So what we're going to do is we're going to taxi way off to the left where that grass is, because this has a terrible turning radius. So start going left. That's it. I'm going to apply a little bit of brakes to slow us down. And I'm coming left because our turning radius is terrible, and we have to nose this into the wind to do our run-up.
Okay.
So now go full hard right rudder. So we're kind of pointed into the wind if you look at that sock.
Right.
So this is the perfect condition to be doing our run-up. We're straight into the wind. That's what it says. So look where it says we're on run-up now.
Yep.
Run up. Aircraft into wind.
Yep.
Yes. Prop blast area.
Juliet, Kilo Yankee, this is Pop Uniform Tango just off to your right. I guess you're doing a run-up. We're just going to pass by you there. Is that fine?
No problem, sir. Okay, so prop blast area is clear. Stick. Aft position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely?
Not completely, just a little bit aft.
Edenville traffic.
Brakes apply.
Pop Uniform.
Throttle up to 3,800 RPM.
3-1 off of Delta.
Feel the plane rolling, so dig your feet into those brakes, your toes. That's it. Alright, so you're, give or take, you're there. Now you're going to check your left mag, both, right mag, both. So you're watching your drop when you turn it to the left. So we have around 3,700, go back to both. We should see 38 again and change. Back to right, now to right. 37, 30, yeah. So that's good. If it was off, it would be off by a few hundred.
Right.
You know, one would say 3,600 and one would say 37 when it dropped.
Okay.
And then you would have a problem. So now we're looking, is our volts charging? Yes, we are. This one here,
good.
13.5 volts. So now we can throttle back to 2,000. We're good. Our engine is good.
Good.
All right, so what's next there? Oil temperature, well, we should have checked that before we did our run-up, but we're already at 81 and we're sweating to death, so.
Yeah.
Okay, engine voltmeters in the green, 2,000 RPM, pre-takeoff. So now you're going to check to ensure all your controls are free and they're not binding.
Okay.
So take this guy, move it every which way, look that it's controlling the ailerons, peek out both sides.
Yep.
You'll even see 747 pilots do this.
Okay.
They're moving their controls and they're looking out the windows to make sure everything's doing what you're telling it to do.
Right. Okay.
You look at the tail.
Tango's departing 31
Same thing. Up and down on the elevator. See
Yeah, and it's working. Yeah.
Now do the rudder, like this, left and right, all the way.
There we go.
It's working.
Okay.
Now you're going to make sure your flaps will move all the way. So push that button, and you want to go all the way. Nothing stuck in between. Awesome. Beautiful. Now the next one says flaps first notch. That's for takeoff.
Wait, I remember. Yeah.
Trim set to the middle. Yeah, give or take. We're in the middle. All right. Ignition. Yes,
we're
it's
in
on
both.
Transponder 1200.
Yep.
Engine instruments, are they green? Everything looks green.
Yeah.
And fuel quantity as required. We're a little low on fuel, but we're okay. We have 60 liters, 67 liters, 70 liters. We're okay. Harness is secure. Canopy closed in, locked. And there's no warnings appearing on the Dynon screen. We're good to go, sir.
Okay.
So now you can start throttling up. Get that control stick to your neutral position.
Okay.
With your right hand, just start turning that dial. There you go. Increase that, and keep your feet off the brakes now.
Off the brakes. Okay. And where am I going?
We're gonna go that way.
Okay.
So once you get the plane up and moving, go back to idle and let it coast. Because if we keep it up like that, it'll just keep building speed and building speed. All right. So what we generally have to do is there's going to be another hold short line here.
Okay.
It's somewhere. There it is. There it is. So we're going to stop before that. We're inspecting to see is there any other planes in the circuit coming to land. I don't see anything. I haven't heard anything.
Okay. But
we're taking a very good watch. If they were landing, they would be landing in this direction.
Okay.
We don't see anything, so now I'm going to make another radio announcement.
Edenville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, backtracking 31.
Right.
So what I'm doing is I'm saying, let it coast. I'll just talk to you on the way. What I'm doing is you always start your transmission by who you want to talk to. I'm talking to the traffic around Edenvale, meaning all air traffic in the Edenvale area.
Yep.
So I start the transmission by saying Edenvale traffic. Now the next thing is who I am. I am Juliet Kilo Yankee, the last three.
Right.
And what I want to do, I'm going to backtrack runway 31. So let it go out there. We're good. We're clear.
And where are we?
We're going all the way down there. Wow, it is hot. 30 degrees, man.
Kilo 25 running on 26 straight departure.
So that was aircraft Kilo uniform, and he's taking off on runway 26 right now.
Okay.
So just so you know the physics of this is runway 31 when you're in this direction, the name of the highway, the name of the runway. So what I told them is Juliet Kilo Yankee, if we're going backwards on it, we're backtracking it.
Right.
We're backtracking 31. Now once we get there and turn around and get ready lined up for takeoff, it's going to be Edenvale traffic. Juliet Kilo Yankee is on the roll 31. Right. Once all the pilots here that were on the roll, they know that we're hammering and taking off.
Yeah.
If there was a lot of pilots here, I would elaborate on that transmission and tell them what we're going to do when we're on the roll. So just be mindful of your wing that you don't hit these sticks. I go full right rudder here, steer it all the way in like that.
Edenvale traffic, Palm
left.
Uniform Tango is clear to the north, 5 miles at 3,000 feet.
Wow, I am pouring sweat, man.
Me too.
We got to get this thing up in the air.
I want to be in the middle.
Yep. Now look all the way at the end to try to figure out where you're going to be. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Nice. So we have our flaps in takeoff position. Everything's good. We're good to go. We're both secure. So what I'm going to say is Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee on the roll 31.
Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee on the roll 31.
All right, so from here, it's a nice solid push of this thing in. takes about 4 seconds to get it to full power. We steer with our feet, remember that.
Yeah.
The stick, since the wind's coming a little bit from the side, a little bit of a crosswind, I don't want to keep it straight. I want to steer into the wind a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just a tiny hair.
Okay.
Because when the wings lift off the ground, it might drift us real quick this way.
Right.
So I want to dig into that before it happens.
Yeah.
Other than that, did you want me to still do this takeoff?
I want you to, because I'm not comfortable driving with my feet. I can feel myself turning the wrong way.
That's right. Okay, so let's get you used to that feet. I'm going to do it now. So you have your feet on the pedals. See how it goes left? Give a right push, right foot. I'm doing a hard push with my right.
Yeah. You have control, I'm not touching.
I do have control, but I want you to feel these pedals. I'm holding that nose up, and look how nice that came off the ground.
So quick too, yeah.
So right now what I'm doing is I'm staring at that airspeed.
Right.
Keeping it 60 to 65. The airspeed is based on how hard I pull this stick.
Right.
So now we're clear of all obstacles. I'm going to get rid of the flaps.
Okay.
I'm going to push this button and gently lower them.
Traffic, Golf Hotel Yankee Whiskey over.
See how the nose started picking up?
Yeah, that's 1.8 minutes after landing. Hotel Yankee Whiskey. And Edaville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, airborne off of 3-1, climbing straight out towards Wasaga Beach, climbing to 2,000.
So as I feel the plane tipping left and right, I'm just correcting it, right?
Yeah.
Left, right, keeping that airspeed where it is. Oh, that air feels nice.
Yeah.
Coming up on 900 feet. Notice how I'm full power.
Yeah.
You never mess with the power on the climb.
Okay.
Unless your engine goes and it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. So you're only controlling airspeed with the stick.
That's it.
Yeah.
If I want to go faster, I go like this and watch that speed build.
Yeah.
My climb's not as steep. The speed will build, but our RPMs will get out of control.
Yeah.
See, 5,400.
Okay.
Now I start digging into the climb again. Watch, this thing will slow down. That's what we want.
Yeah.
We don't want to red line this tack.
Right.
So there's 2,000 leveling off. So what I'm doing, I push this, I level this, get this to level.
Yeah.
Now I wait till this builds a little bit. Speed.
Traffic,
now I know I'm safe. I can pull back my power.
Wind for 3-1. No visual on the departing traffic off of 3-1. Hotel Yankee Whiskey.
Now remind me this.
Yeah. I will. I'm just looking for this other traffic. He said he has no visual of us.
And traffic in the Edaville area, I am approximately 1 mile southwest of the large park, just northwest of the airport. Roger that, no conflict, Hotel Yankee Whiskey.
Okay, so back to this. This is called a vernier speed controller. Throttle.
Yep.
The vernier gives you two options. A lot of planes, and most planes, just have one type of throttle, where it's a direct, like a ball, a stick, and you just push it in or pull it out.
Okay.
Or play with it in and out, just like this choke is.
Yeah.
In, out. There's no fanciness to it at all.
Right.
So most of the time when you're flying, your hand is always on it, because
Right.
it can start vibrating out, and if it comes out, that's losing power.
Okay.
Or it vibrates in. They usually,
is that what this is?
yeah, they have a jam nut there.
Right.
So once you kind of find an area, you can tighten it so it doesn't travel. But the cool thing with this vernier, it gives you the ability to do micro adjustments. So see our RPM there?
Yeah.
If I want to speed it up, I turn it to the right, like you were doing on the ground.
Right.
So this is for incremental adjustments. Once you get really good with this aircraft, you'll be using this only.
Yeah.
Except for takeoff, where you want full power quick.
Right.
Because it will take you forever to screw in full power.
Yeah.
So I'm just switching radio stations here. We'll get into playing with that, but I think the GoPro is blocking your visibility.
A little bit.
Calling with Unicom. This is Quebec Tango Whiskey. Airport advisory, please.
So I'm going to...
Quebec Tango Whiskey calling with showing winds from 360, 7 knots, active 3-1.
Active 3-1, Quebec
I'm going to
Tango
tell them where we are. I'm estimating by looking back at Wasaga Beach,
Traffic, 132 Golf Golf Uniform, Charlie is fully
we're about 4 miles from Wasaga Beach.
Calling with traffic, Twin Star Golf, Romeo Alpha Delta is turning left base, runway 31, touch and go. And calling what area? Traffic, SportStar, India Julia, Kilo Yankee is approximately 4 miles west of Wasaga Beach 1, traveling westbound along the shoreline at 2,100. Any conflicts, please advise.
Collingwood area traffic, Golf Quebec Tango Whiskey. We're now 4 miles, maybe 5 miles to the south, descending through 3,000. We're going to pass overhead the field for the turnaround to join mid-left, downwind, 3-1 for touch and go.
All right, so that guy's 5 miles to the south of Collingwood Airport. Collingwood Airport is directly in front of us that way.
Okay.
About 4 miles away.
Okay.
You'll see a long.
I think I see it, yeah.
So that guy's 5 miles to the south at 3,000 feet coming this way, right, but planning on landing there, so he should be no conflict with us.
Can you see him right now?
I cannot.
Okay.
It's very hard to see.
Okay.
That's why part of one of the biggest learning curves of being a pilot is getting a good command of radio communications and understanding the 3D world.
Right.
You know, like anybody could essentially fly the plane, but to transmit and to take that information you're getting from other pilots and try to imagine where they are in the 3D world is tough.
Yeah.
And then know how to speak it too, right?
Right.
So right now you have control.
Okay.
So what I want you to say when I say that is, I have control.
I have control, yes.
Awesome.
Control.
So let's do a right turn and we'll follow this shoreline, Kev.
Okay.
I just want to get you some directional control of the aircraft. The reason why I came out to the water here is because this will tame down a lot of the thermals.
Right. Try not to climb while I'm turning and I'm trying to stay.
Collingwood area traffic, this is Quebec Tango Whiskey, overhead the field at 2300 for the turnaround to join mid-left downwind runway 31.
Watching more the road than the shoreline, but I figure I'm directly over the shoreline by now.
Give or take,
Looks
we're
like
okay. Now, if we were going to get technical and there's a plane coming towards us, we would want to get very accurate. We'd want to get very accurate if there was another plane in conflict with us.
Do you want me to stay somewhat over the water?
Yeah, that's good.
5 nautical miles, maintaining 2,500 in westerly direction for Collingwood. Collingwood traffic, 132 Golf Golf Uniform, Charlie's backtracking, runway 31.
So radio on its own is a big part of the learning curve.
Right.
I don't expect you to even try to even do any of it, not even close to yet.
Yeah.
But I just want you to start understand or listening to what's being said.
Right.
And even if it sounds like jargon, just ask and I'll really try to mechanically explain it.
Traffic, Starlane, Zulu Bravo India, 9 miles south, inbound landing, estimating in about 4 minutes, we'll overfly the airport for wind direction.
Should I address the trip?
If it's bothering you, right away.
I find myself
absolutely addressing.
Collingwood traffic, this is Quebec Tango Whiskey, overhead the field at 1700 to join mid-left downwind runway 31.
So what's it doing, climbing?
And Collingwood traffic, Quebec Tango Whiskey.
It might be just me overcompensating and overcompensating. I think it's climbing a little.
All you got to do is, with your hand, level it. Get it level first with your hand. See how you're going down? See that 0? Get it level. Once you get the sweet spot, wait about 10 seconds, and then take your hand right off the stick.
Okay.
And see what it does. It's starting to go up.
So it is. Yeah, it's very slightly climbing.
Give it a tap down. No, wrong way.
Oh.
Give it 2 taps now.
Well.
So then you go to tap up. You just keep playing with it.
What have I done? I feel like I must have been hitting it the wrong way. You're saying tap up.
Runway heading to 2,000 feet.
Up is the button
yes,
close
that's
to your
right.
belly.
That's exactly why.
Down is that way. So always remember, if you're tapping the button far from you, you're tapping on the nose to go down.
Makes sense, yeah.
And it's the same. Most planes will have a little lever here, a mechanical lever.
Okay.
And the same thing, if you push the lever forward, you're trimming the nose to go forward.
Right.
You want more weight on that nose.
Calling with traffic, this is
And you want to lighten the nose by pulling back.
3-1, touch and go.
That's me now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back over to the shoreline. I noticed my drift there going to the left.
All good.
Listing lazily to the left.
Little bit of a descent happening, but it's okay. There you go.
You cannot beat this view, my God.
Calling with traffic, this is Quebec.
Speaking of, we should be able to handle this now.
3-1, touch and go.
Not bad, huh?
Oh yeah.
Now you can't beat this view.
Is that ski hills? Is that why
Yeah. Blue Mountain.
Collingwood traffic, Quebec Tango Romeo, approaching from the south-southeast, 10 miles out.
Wow. Everybody's out enjoying today.
Yeah. There's the lighthouse there, the old lighthouse. The cool thing is, when I do flights from here to, say, Owen Sound, which is, see that point out there?
Yeah.
Just past that point is Owen Sound.
Okay.
At the airport.
And once you get out past there, when you do this shoreline tour, you see the shipwrecks.
Oh!
All underneath the water. It's really cool.
Wow.
Chicago traffic, 172, Golf Uniform Charlie, climbing through 2004, 2500, making the right-hand turn north eastbound, Golf Uniform Charlie, so correction, Collingwood.
Does this plane have the ability to set a trajectory, if you want to call it that, press autopilot, it'll, so you can just say, okay, I want to go to Buffalo, you hit it, and you're good for 40 minutes.
Yep. It does, sir.
Crazy. Compensates for the wind and everything else, eh?
You should be mindful of it with your rudders, because what will happen is it doesn't control the rudder. It controls the ailerons and the elevator.
Okay.
So if the wind is constant, it'll constantly keep you trying to turn with the wings. So you're always going to be doing this, right? So unless you're mindful of your rudder, that's when you start inputting a bit of rudder to cancel out it doing that.
Right.
So it's easy to just rest your foot on a rudder.
Yeah.
Good last traffic, really Bravo.
Collingwood traffic, Quebec Tango Romeo, 5 miles southeast of the runway, going to approach from the north, 0 mid downwind.
Collingwood traffic, Giat Takeoff, 15 miles to the south, inbound for 3-1.
How's it feeling so far, Kev?
Oh, it's great. I'm feeling a small amount of turbulence that we got. I guess that is that because I've slipped over onto the water now?
Onto the land.
Oh.
When you're getting close to the land, and the Earth's coming up here because that's a mountain, right?
So, so I want more so to be over the water.
Yeah.
Which is what Matt said, yeah.
Water will absorb that turbulence.
Alright. And towards the water we go.
Collingwood traffic, Golf Uniform Charlie, clearing the area today, 2500, heading to Lake Simcoe Regional, Golf Uniform Charlie. Collingwood traffic, Quebec Tango Romeo, 3 miles out east of the field, joining on a mid-downwind.
This is a very popular spot for pilots to fly.
Oh, really?
They love flying this route to Meaford, Owen Sound.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for oncoming traffic.
Right.
So hard to see until like the last few minutes, right?
Yeah. Do you want to, alright.
So just to show you what you were talking about, you were asking about autopilot.
Yes.
If I wanted to, and I hit this button.
Yeah.
Autopilot.
Okay. I can
Look what it's going to do. It's going to hold our track, our heading.
Right.
You don't have to do anything on that stick. You can go to bed.
Wow, yeah, it's holding itself. Wow.
That's just dealing with turbulence, right?
Yeah.
Autopilot. Disconnect.
Current traffic, takeoff 10 miles
Feel
to the
that?
south at 2500, inbound for 31.
All right, so let's take this thing and go back in the other direction. You know what? Let's go that way. You'll notice I want to show you what turbulence is like.
All right. What's the max I can turn this thing at then?
Oh, quite a bit. You're not even close.
Really?
But we're watching our airspeed. It's getting a little slow, so go in this direction over this road here. So let's gradually ascend too, because there's a mountain below us.
Okay. Oh, ascend. Yes.
Ascend. Let's go up. I want to show you what turbulence is all about.
Altitude.
Traffic, Quebec Tango Romeo over the field.
And where do you want me? I'm at 2300 now.
Just keep going.
Okay.
We'll go until it gets a bit smoother. The higher we go, the smoother it'll get.
Right.
Now see how your airspeed is getting slow?
Yes.
So all you got to do is dial that power in. Start turning to the right. Because you want to add power to climb the hill.
Right.
Awesome. You'll feel the climb feels more stable with the power.
Quebec Tango Romeo, turning downwind for runway, mid-downwind for runway 31.
Now we're a little bit smoother.
Yeah, we're at the top of Blue Mountain now. Look at that view, huh? Now since we can, this one I won't. Damn it.
Where do I want my airspeed then?
Once you get it up to level, so pick an altitude.
Okay, let's say 2800. I'm almost there. I'll just leave it there.
All right, so then nose or forward. Let your airspeed pick up, and then you'll come back on the throttle to that nice 4,700 RPM cruise. See how the airspeed's building? So anywhere in the 80s, that's very safe flight. 70s, 80s,
Okay.
90s.
Romeo, turning base for 31.
Now, we just got to use common sense, right? So if we're flying along, and it starts getting super turbulent, and we're doing 90,
Yeah.
slow it down a bit.
Okay.
So you just slow down on your power setting a little bit.
Right. Yeah, we're turbulent, all right.
So climb right up, let it climb right up to 3,000.
Okay.
See how we're lifting?
It kind of was gradually.
Let's see what it's doing. We're at 3 now.
Holy.
We're in a thermal.
That was quick.
We are in a thermal.
Okay.
I felt my ears pop there.
Yeah, mine a minute ago, yeah.
It's lifting us up.
Okay.
Like a bubble coming up from the bottom of the tub, right?
Yeah.
So see, your RPMs are a little high.
A little high, yeah.
So back it off, because if not, we'll still keep climbing.
Turning final for 31.
Okay.
Good limit running traffic. 182 Golf Whiskey, Mike Whiskey, 3.5 miles to west of the airport, 2,000 feet crossing over midfield en route to Honey Harbor.
There's some view.
Isn't it? Doing good, Kev.
Oh yeah.
Look at this guy, rock star here.
I think we're not bad. I'm kind of happy with myself compensating for some of that turbulence. But after you explained to me about the wings and the fact that the plane automatically wants to get back to its upright position, if you want to put it that way, then that gives a lot of peace of mind, if you want to call it that.
Very similar to a boat. You see the V-hull of a boat. That's a dihedral effect as well, right? It wants to stand upright. Unless you flood it with water, then it starts listing, right?
Yeah.
So in the case of this, you know, it's the same deal. We have a dihedral wing.
Yeah.
It creates a V. It wants a stable position in the center. So we're heading due south right now, almost. There you go, 180 degrees is due south.
Okay.
See how it lines up? And that's another thing to memorize in time, right? The directions on a compass.
Okay.
I have a little cheat that I'll give you. And what I recommend is you take that little card, piece of masking tape, and throw it on the dash of your truck.
Okay.
So you're driving around, you're always getting a reminder of what the compass directions and numbers are.
Right.
And in time, you're just going to learn through osmosis.
Takeoff, grass crossing over the field for mid-downwind 3-1. Turning with traffic shields, takeoff, turning mid-downwind 3-1.
Hey, Kev, smile for the birdie.
There we go. All right, you want to start heading towards...
Yep. We'll take a left. I just want it to fly well south of the Collingwood airspace.
Turning left base 3-1, full stop.
So keep this direction for now.
Okay.
Sort of over that sand quarry there.
Yeah.
Keep going this way. That way it'll keep us far, far away from Collingwood. So don't be afraid to fight back, man.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm watching. I letting it.
See how it's making you climb?
Yeah. Doing Jesus. Cameras down, get the nose down. Now you're doing what I want.
Turning with traffic, get the takeoff on short channel 3-1.
With Unicom, Yankee Charlie Sierra requesting radio check.
Yeah, you 5x5.
Thank you, Yankee Charlie Sierra.
So the one thing we're going to be mindful as pilots is we know that Collingwood Airport is off in that direction over there. You'll see a bunch of buildings littered, white buildings. That's their hangars there.
Okay.
So we know that there's going to be traffic in this area. We're just going to be mindful of pilots coming into that zone and leaving that zone.
Right.
I don't see anything right now. This road below us here is Highway 26.
Okay.
So if we follow this road, we will end up in Edenvale.
Right back to Edenvale, yeah. Where the way back playbacks live on. Telling you guys, cockpit karaoke is coming.
Oh, that's it.
Kind of a traffic jet to takeoff, clearing 3-1.
I think I got to do some more practicing driving around.
Yeah.
Why the, does everybody do that? The mind wants to push to the left when you're trying to go right, or is that just me?
Yeah, I know it happens. What it is you're being extra cautious, right? And I get that. But I really want you to understand, I'm here.
Right.
So don't worry. I won't let you do anything. Right now you're going left. You're going left. Let's get on the right side because there's that airport. We don't want to be in their zone.
Yeah.
So anytime you're near, let's get away. We'll go off this way a little bit more.
Catch this. Yeah. When we're driving, I'm terrified I'm gonna flip the plane.
No. No way. You know how hard it is to do that?
I don't.
November Echo Charlie, currently...
I feel like it's what they used to say about the Jeeps.
10 nautical miles
from
those
join in mid-left downwind after going over the field.
trackers or whatever they were. To claim that those things flipped all the time.
Now, the plane automatically wants to go forward. The engine power and the thrust is pulling us in a forward direction.
Right.
And Collingwood area traffic, SportStar India Juliet Kilo Yankee is 4 miles south of the field, traveling eastbound along Highway 26 at 3,100. Any conflicts, please advise.
Collingwood Unicom, Golf Uniform, Bravo, Bravo, requesting radio check.
Wow, there's birds up here.
Uniform Bravo, Bravo, you're 5 by 5.
3,000 feet, birds.
Not a good idea.
I'm not sure if you see the airport from here.
I'm trying to catch my gauges here. I haven't been watching. Let me
Get your eyes outside. Don't worry about the gauges. That's probably why you're drifting.
Yeah,
Follow Highway 26.
almost for sure.
And look on the
yeah,
right-hand side.
no, it's very clear easy to see actually. Yeah.
So this is the time when a pilot doesn't know what station to be on, because we're in the traffic area of Collingwood,
Right.
which is right off your left wing. And right now we want to hear what's going on up in Edenvale, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the dance. We can go back and forth with our radio station.
Okay.
This radio we can do dual watch. We can listen what's going on in Edenvale, but we can't broadcast on it by pushing this button, dual. But you can't see the radio because there's a camera blocking it.
Traffic, Golf Uniform, Bravo, Bravo is backtracking in 3-1.
I had climbed a little bit there, so I'm trying to catch that back, and my RPM is back to where they should be.
All right, Kev. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what they call a straight-in downwind approach to this runway. Okay. We're going to go into land. So I'm going to set your altimeter bug here to 1,700, which is the circuit height.
Right.
So keep in mind, we have the airport. We're not in their zone right now.
Yeah.
Before we enter their zone for the purpose of landing, we have to be at circuit height.
Okay.
Circuit height is exactly 1,000 feet over the ground.
Right.
The ground level at that airport is 700 feet.
Yep.
So 1,700 is circuit. That runway is going this way and this way.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is go towards it. Whenever we're about 3/4 of a mile to it, we start turning right, and we want to fly with it parallel our left wing.
Yes.
And we're entering straight into the downwind leg. So we go downwind, make another left at the end of the runway, which is called base, another left, which is final.
Okay.
So right now I'm still listening to Edenvale. I don't hear anybody. I'm going to make an announcement and tell them our intentions.
Edenvale traffic, SportStar India Juliet Kilo Yankee 6 miles west of the field. Inbound for landing, currently at 2,800, descending to circuit height. Going to join us straight in downwind for 3-1.
All right, so you can start throttling back. So this is where you can really get an idea of what the stick does for airspeed. You can even throttle back right to idle.
Edenvale traffic, uniform is in a climb, passing 2,200 feet. We'll be climbing straight towards Wasaga Beach and then flying parallel to it for 11,000 feet for paratroop.
See your airspeed? Yeah. Very nice. Now get the practice of slowing it down. Pull back. Watch your airspeed drop. This is the skill you need to land the plane. Right. Now where we play with that number for landing is 60 to 65, but it's no different if you train on 75 to try hold 75 in a descent. See how it starts climbing? You just pull back.
Yeah.
If it goes too slow, you nose forward. So the whole landing is constant, up, down,
right,
like that. Fast motions. There you go. That's a perfectly controlled descent.
And I have the traffic coming in for Edenvale inside, no conflict.
So before
over the beach, right?
Approaching altitude.
Okay, now I want to stay at 17.
yeah, so throttle up.
And Edenvale traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee has established left downwind 3-1.
I guess that's not you.
What do I want for airspeed?
We want, as long as our airspeed's alive in the 80s, Let's do a right here, and we're going to flank that runway. A little bit of a right. Watch how you're climbing. The nose forward a bit. There you go. So now we just want to fly parallel to this runway.
Leaving altitude.
Parallel, yeah.
There you go.
Now we're closer, yeah.
That's it. And just bring that nose down to get to 1700.
Approaching altitude.
And once you're getting close, start pulling back and start adding power. There you go. Now add your power. Wind your power at the same time. If not, you'll sink past through it. See how the nose is up a lot now?
Yeah.
So now I'm just pushing forward.
Okay.
See how we're climbing?
Yeah.
It's a lot going on all at once.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to keep us a little right of this, a little bit more right. There you go.
Okay.
We essentially, what we want to see is when we're flying parallel, we want that yellow stripe on the wing to be right on top of the runway.
Right,
when
yes.
the wings are perfectly level.
Right.
If we're turning, that stripe doesn't work. We have to be nice and level.
Okay. It's not quite where we want it, but
It will be.
close, yeah. Okay.
And this is called our downwind now. This is where we inspect the runway. We're looking at the condition of it. Is there any tractors on it? Any dogs? Any people?
That
Looks
seems
good.
to be okay.
We look at the direction of the windsock, and it looks pretty limp, so the winds are very tame right now.
Okay.
Right now we're doing a downwind check, so add a little bit more power. I usually like to carry 4600 always on this plane for our circuit. That way I'm not fighting it, climbing or descending.
Yeah.
Downwind checks. Is everything in the green? Do we have a lot of fuel?
Yeah.
Fuel's good. Choke is off. Seatbelts are secure. Did you want me to take over from here?
Yeah, you have control.
Okay, I have control. So I'm going to talk you through this whole procedure.
Yeah.
So we're still flying the downwind.
Yeah.
Now start looking back at the airport. When that airport runway is 45 degrees from us, which is right
Yeah.
around now, this is the time to turn downwind.
Right.
I mean turn base.
Okay.
So I make a left turn.
Edaville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, turning left base, 31 full stop.
So this is the place where I slow the plane down.
Yeah.
I'm holding altitude. I'm throttling back. Getting into the white arc. The white arc means it's safe for flap. Whereas my first click of flaps, my second click. I feel the major pressure on the stick now.
Right.
It wants to pull forward. To get rid of that, I can trim, but let's not worry about that now. Now we're nice and high.
Altitude.
Edaville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, turning final, 31 full stop.
This is the most excited I've felt about the landing so far.
Well, because we're very high, and we're going to have to execute a maneuver called a slip. Slip is putting this plane sideways to land. So I can't go any faster than that white arc, or I can damage those flaps.
Okay.
So now, what I'm doing is slipping this plane.
Okay.
I'm putting hard right rudder and left aileron. Now she does not want to come down today, man. Might have to go around. Normally she lets me down. So I'm dancing on my rudders right now, left and right, keeping my eyes all the way at the end. Keeping that black strip of asphalt right underneath. And I'm lifting that nose off the ground and I'm steering with my feet. Now if I lower the nose, it's going to get snaky on this little wheel, because see how it starts going all over the place?
Yeah.
So I'm applying brakes. There we go, man.
Huh.
Edaville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, down and clear, 3-1, backtracking 26.
You know what you're doing to be able to. I can see that.
Well, see, this plane doesn't like to slip.
Oh.
That Escapade that I was flying is designed to slip.
Oh, okay.
So this plane, when I was, that's nothing, that slip that I did in this plane.
Okay.
If I was doing it in the Escapade, we had been right sideways.
Oh.
You'd be seeing the runway coming out the side of your window here. And we'd be right sideways, we'd both be a little bit leaning, our butts would be pulling to the left, and that wing would be down.
Wow.
And it's just lowering the plane very fast.
Yeah.
Magnum PI stopped by the Edenvale Airport today.
Yeah.
Trimming his mustache right there.
Cedarville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, clear of 26 on the apron.
Yeah, I think he is trimming his mustache.
You see a lot of cool toys around here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Between the cars, the sleds, the planes, everything. The bikes last week.
Look at that. That is the PI. Way back playback. That should be parked at John's Bar.
It should be.